Hello and welcome to the Court Jester, your weekly dose of medieval absurdity. I am Nathaniel, medievalist and storyteller, and before I dive with you in today's fablio, I'm going to do the sensible thing and warn you. That way you won't be able to turn around afterwards and tell me, what was that? That was 800 years old comedy. And that means that the jokes are, well, dated, but also misogynist, ableist, gender binary, and problematic in every other possible way. If you feel that this is not your thing today, that's totally fine. Come back another time. But if you feel that you can consume this content in context, join me and let's find out about the mourner who got fucked on the graveside. Our story starts in Flanders, and it starts with a man who started life as a poor man, but then by the end of it managed to make a career and a fortune of himself. And then of course it was the end of this life, so the man was dying, and then he was dead. And no one in this world was more horrified, more sad to see him go than his wife, who, let me tell you, put on such a show when she was grieving that everyone present in the funeral had to mention that they have never seen a more grieving widow in their lives. No one could complain that this man was not mourned enough. And then when the day came, she was tearing her hair out, wringing her arms, and pulling her clothes off and shouting at him as he was taken into the ground. "Where are you going? Where are you going away from me? Good man! Where are you leaving me without you? Me, alone, with child! How are we going to survive? How are we going to make it through this life? Might be better for both of us if we were both dead, rather than having to live without you." Well, the man was put in earth, and earth was put on top of him, and all the family and relatives tried to pull the woman out of his grave and take her back home, but no, she would not have it. "I will stay here," she said. "I will stay with him until death takes me too." They tried and she wouldn't go, so they left her there and went home. Soon after, a traveller came by. A knight he was, and he was travelling through the countryside, and he was accompanied exclusively by his squire, who saw this woman mourning on the grave and pointed to his master. The knight saw her too, and said, "Oh, look at her sorrow. Look how sad she is. Oh, this poor lady. I feel for her. She has all my compassion." "Ha ha! Compassion," said the squire, not believing a word of it. "What are you talking about? Look at her. She's devastated. She's practically destroying herself there with mourning." "No, not believing it here. In fact, I'm going to wager you that if I go there right now, I'm going to not only switch her mood in minutes, but actually fuck her on that grave." "No, you won't. Look at her. How dare you talk about that lady like that?" "Well, if you don't believe me," said the squire, "then there's nothing for you to lose, so I guess you're taking that bet, aren't you?" "I am taking that bet because I'm not going to lose that bet. So do what you want to do, but I don't think you're right about this one." "All I have to say, master," said the squire, "is find a place where you can wait and watch." So the knight went further uphill and hid behind some trees, and indeed found a good watch point, and the squire went towards the lady. "Greetings, milady," he said. "Do not greet me. I wish I was dead," said the lady. "I wish I was with my husband, my heart, my love, and I'm really ready to find him on the other side. There's nothing left for me here. My heart is broken, my soul is grieving. I wish I was dead. And you know, this man picked me up from a very poor life, and he rose with me, and he raised me. In society, in life, he made me something from nothing, and he loved me better than he loved himself. That's the man I lost. That's why I can't go on without him." "Lady," said the squire, "I know exactly how you feel, but my pain is worse, 10 times worse." "No way," said the lady. "Yes, and I'll tell you now why. I was in love with a woman. She was the best woman of all mankind. She was beautiful, she was kind, she was noble, she had all the graces of the world. And then, because I'm foolish, and I'm selfish, and I'm stupid, she's dead, and it's my fault. I did it. I killed her." "No, you killed her. How?" "By fucking my lady." "Oh, yes, by fucking him. Because I did it too much and too hard, she's now dead, and I'm here to live a life without her, and I really wish I could do without that life too. The lady started thinking, and then she said, "Good fortune brought you to my path today, my friend. Take me out of this world, take me out of this life, destroy me, do me like you did her, or worse." Well, she fell on the grave, and he didn't lose time picking up her dress and doing what he was commanded. In the meantime, the knight, watching from up above, was giggling. But then she started talking. "So, you killed someone by doing this? Is that what you call fucking? Because it feels like you're tickling me." And she died, really. Because this is going to take you an awfully long time if you're expecting to kill me. But you see, the squire's intention was never to kill her. And by the end of that day, she who was disconsolate found consolation. And you, listener, who put much faith in woman's nature, are a mourner. For woman is a weak-willed creature. She laughs or weeps for no good reason. Her moods change quicker than the season. She loves, she hates, she's glad, she's sad. Who trusts a woman must be mad. This was the story of the mourner who got fucked on the graveside. If you liked what you heard, you are a Class A weirdo and I like you. And also, you should follow the Court Jester in all good podcast places, including Spotify, iTunes and all the rest. And give us 5 stars wherever you can rate us. It helps people find the podcast. It also helps people find us if you tell everyone you know how excitingly perfect this is, so do that please. And go to the show notes. There's a few links there. One of them is the translation that I'm using, and the other one is the social media of the podcast and my own. Join us there, join the discussion, let's talk about fabliaux, medieval things, comic things, humor in the Middle Ages and today. Let's just chat. One last thing before I go. If you like the Court Jester, you should know that this is the labor of love of a lonely medievalist that doesn't get a sense of achievement in her life. That's me, and I should stop talking about myself in third person. But if you are so inclined, you can become our patron, and we will give you extra episodes, bonus material, other good things, and you will be giving me, the medievalist and storyteller of your heart, the ability to give you more comic stories from the Middle Ages. Thank you for listening. Until next time.